Okay, thank you to Amanda and guests. Now we advance to the highlights package of the over 35s final at Eastern Creek. Brookes on pole, Paslow, Crawshay, Wall, Amos, Woodland, Otter, Callahan, Mappison, Walker, Mundy, Rothstein, Klinger and Moores. And Matt, the over 35s competitive as always. A start is now imminent. You can just get an idea of the strength of the breeze there. Here we go, underway in over 35s.
Yeah, very windy conditions. Oh, it's always tough here at Eastern Creek when you put the over 35 drivers on the track. You'll see a fair mix of drivers here. You've got guys from all over Australia and guys that race here at Eastern Creek very regularly. So it's going to make for an exciting contest. There's Nicholas Crawshay, who was involved in a bit of cut and thrust through the first two turns.
Brookes is our early race leader, driving the predominantly red cart, number 18, as they climb up the hill and sweep back onto the run downhill towards the start finishing straight again. We're on board with Robert Amos carrying our Pro Design race cam, and Robert finishing 5th in the pre-final. He'll be looking to improve on that here.
Yes, out in front, Gerry Brookes. A change of chassis since the last time we saw him. Last time he was racing an Arrow chassis, now back in the more familiar Aurora cart that he has designed and built himself, in fact.
Crawshay in second in the white racing livery. Here come the balance of the drivers contesting this over 35 finals.
We've got the very familiar driving style there of Bruce Otto, but as we look, cart number 43 spins out of contention, but he's able to rejoin the track. That was, of course, Brian Callahan, done plenty of laps around this Eastern Creek circuit, and he will not be happy with that on the biggest stage of all. And
now he's done part of a lap backwards. Very lucky to escape hitting the tyre barrier on that occasion. Crawshay is under siege. Another look on the Tillett Racing seats replay. Whoa! A little bit of an unexpected off-track excursion.
Yeah, the 11 there, Danny Woodland, was having some sort of problems, was down at the jets. He was lucky that wasn't a bigger accident. He had the potential of riding right over the back of Danny Woodland's wheel and, in fact, rolling that go-kart. So he's very lucky that he got away with just a spin.
Gee, I bet Callahan had big eyeballs as he was heading towards the rubber. Back on board with AMS again. Wonderful shot. And here's our leader, Brookes, doing it fairly comfortably, it's got to be said, in the over 35s final. You're watching the highlights package of this event with Crawshay in second. By no means being left alone at this stage, though, Crawshay under some pressure.
He's looking very comfortable, Gerry Brookes. Done a few laps around Eastern Creek. I wouldn't say he's an expert around here by any stretch of the imagination, but he's looking very comfortable out in front. There's Paul Mappison, another guy that we've seen on our coverage this year in Fox Sports, who's done some excellent stuff in the Pro Tour. And back on board with the mess, you can really see how that kart's working. You can see the flex of the side pods and how the wheels are working at the front there. It's a great shot.
It is indeed. Crawshay on shot again. 25 is next on the track. That's Tim Paslow, and Paslow running strongly at this stage of the race.
And our leader there is still Gerry Brookes. Looks to have broken the back of the field at the moment. This is a really dominant performance from Brookes. You can't speak highly enough of how well he's doing. The experienced Queenslander knows these Rotax engines back to front and how to get them going fast. Robert Amos, he's having a fairly lonely race there by the seams of things. He's not under any sort of pressure, certainly from our vantage point.
The Pro Design race cam putting you right in the driver's seat at Sydney's Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway. If you've not been here before, it's just slightly located east of the main circuit. And it's been a massive year for Rotax in 2009, down under, with the inaugural Rotax Pro Tour proving to be an outstanding success. There's been 3 rounds of that conducted so far. This event today is not around the Rotax Pro Tour. It's the Rotax Nationals, featuring national championships for a number of classes. And then we revert back to the Pro Tour format for the event being staged at Ipswich in Queensland on October 25. And of course our cameras will be there And you'll see it on Fox Sports shortly after that date.
Yeah, this is, of course, another one of those events that contributes to the national Rotax rankings. And every single event, every single time you take your Rotax kart onto the track, you get the opportunity to go into the draw to win a trip, or certainly win the opportunity to compete at the Rotax World Finals over in Egypt. So it's a fantastic initiative by Rotax and IKD in Australia to put these events on, as we look at Bruce Otter, the proprietor of Stable Karting in Canberra, piloting his Tony kart around this Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway.
Yeah, it's kart 27, as we see Brookes up front momentarily, and have a look further back in the pack.
That's Mappison there in that familiar red race suit. Did a great job down at Todd Road, that event on the Pro Tour. He's chasing down a couple of competitors in front of him. But meantime, it's still all Gerry Brookes out in front, kart number 18. Try and pick up the average speeds for you as they go around the circuit. We're looking at an average of around the 87 km/h mark, so still fairly high speeds. At the highest point, you're probably looking at around 110, 112 km/h, possibly a little bit compromised by these strong crosswinds. But meantime, Gerry Brookes is on his final circulation of this 1,024 metre circuit.
Yeah, been some weekend for Brookes. Took out the pre-final here this morning, defeating Paslow and Crochet in the process. Crochet will figure prominently here again and finish on the dais, but it's all Brookes, and not long remaining before he faces the checkered flag. That's him on screen now. Final turn now onto the main straight at Eastern Creek, and Brookes, the victor in the over 35s final. You can see the gap, it was significant. Crochet in second, Bruce Otter, good job by him in third position in kart 27. Here's Amanda.
Gerry, congratulations on a fantastic race. You've been dominating all weekend. Did you think you had this one sorted?
I was fairly confident. The kart's been flawless all week. I had a little bit of pace advantage over the rest, so I figured if I got a good start, made a break and got clear, then I could just do my own thing and maintain a good pace out the front to hold the lead.
There we have it, the top three here at Eastern Creek in the over 35s. And well done to the Trio 2. Let's go back to Amanda.